Well, I think last week was a productive week for us. We were able to get back and just really concentrate on working on fundamentals, getting some kids healed up. And, we started the Michigan State preparation last week. So, as a staff, we're able to get a little bit ahead. Kind of nice to have 2 weeks to be able to at least get a pretty good feel for what your opponent's all about.
When you talk about fundamentals, what specifically I guess did you want to get from your guys?
And just went back to, basic fundamentals, stance, start, change of direction type drills, getting off blocks, tackling, things like that. That's some of the things that we emphasize. We spent a period last week, just a couple times last week, just working on creating takeaways. An area that we got to continue to improve on. A lot of emphasis though on tackling, making plays in space and making plays in confined spaces.
With so many young guys, how does it help to have that week off of football?
Well, a lot of times when you do get a bye week, you're trying to rest your older kids, rest your kids who are playing a lot. Whereas right now we're playing a lot of young kids. And when you rest your older kids, you're trying to get a lot of your younger kids reps. But right now we're playing a lot of our younger kids, and those are the same kids that are a little bit banged up right now. But maybe slowed the tempo down. We didn't do as much two-group work as maybe we do during the season. A little bit more good on good versus our offense, where they would service us, simulating the Michigan State, and then we'd service them. Serving as Michigan State's defense, and just getting a little bit more good on good and not, split up where everyone's getting reps at one time.
Just to get an idea, working on fundamentals, is this something that you would work on in this situation, this time of the season, regardless of what was going on?
Just a little bit more time devoted towards it. As you get going the latter part of the season, your practices tend to shorten up a little bit. Your individual time is cut a little bit. Sometimes in your individual time, maybe you spend a little bit more time working on maybe how to play a certain route, maybe how you fit a certain run play, and you kind of get away from some of your tackling, some of your block protection drills, some of your change of direction drills. Just this past week, we're able to devote a lot more of that individual time just getting back to good fundamentals and not necessarily scheming during that part of practice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're physical offense. They do a good job running. We went into the Iowa game, and I think at the time they, weren't having success running the ball, and they had success against us. Michigan State's kind of the same way right now. It's shocking to see that Michigan State is last, in the conference in rushing, because when you watch them, they're big, they're physical up front. They got 265-pound fullback, they got 237-pound tailback, and they're a good downhill. Michigan State throughout the years has always been a very physical, run-oriented offense, and just to see that stat was a little bit shocking because everything we've seen, they're pretty good. Yeah, again, I think starting off, just not having played against them. Just some of the interviews, particularly one up at the Big Ten Conference. I mean, he sounds like a great character, young man. Just a great leader. I know the message that he delivered up at the Big Ten meetings this past summer. Coach Wilson showed that to our team and talked about, some of the positives that came out of his speech. You watch him play, I think he keeps his composure out there. For the most part, he makes good decisions. Whether they're running the ball or whether they're throwing the ball, he does a good job generating and running their offense. So, he's a pretty darn good football player. I don't know how he's been compared to years past, but he's a pretty effective player for him this year.